always when I come to the SCA, I'm impressed by the way they're thinking of ideas that make the world a better place, so stuff that adds value, stuff that feels like the future.
There's really incredibly strong insight and grasp of insight that drove the ideas.
I think so many agencies I see human observations being mistaken as insight and leading to incorrect propositions. So I'm loving that I'm seeing all of that coming from all of your students.
It's all stuff that I would be proud and happy to present to clients, which I think is great, but it's really innovative at the same time.
They had some fun with it. Some of them were quite cheeky, and they were really quite open with that. And they weren't kind of sort of apologising for it either. They were really kind of pushing the limits a bit, which I think these days is really important.
All the teams I saw had very good ideas in this department, very well thought of, covering a real need, solving a real problem, not just marketing ideas but product ideas, well thought of, well designed. I've seen a lot of good stuff.
The development that they have achieved over the course of a year is amazing, that kind of learning curve. And just such the thinking is really, there's a lot of smart, talented, clever people.
Anyone looking for, you know, a new starter or, you know, a creative team or writer or art director, be hard pressed to find, you know, juniors or, you know, new talent who are better than these guys.
There's a much broader range of work here, you know, things that will really transform business or product ideas, but alongside the advertising that would just sort of help support that.
I go to quite a lot of these things, and sometimes I often find that some of the students, they seem to give off the same message, they seem to give off the same kind of opinions, but here everybody had a very clear individual point of view, they had a very sort of clearly set out way of communicating their ideas.
I'm enjoying seeing the students creating ideas that could live in lots of different channels. It's not just advertising ideas, it's not just TV ads anymore. So there's already a big progression from last year, which has already progressed hugely from the year before.
Yeah, there's some really exciting work here. There's some really exciting talent here. But there's, you know, some really simple, fresh, different ideas, and a real variety of different skills and strengths as well.
I've seen quite a few universities and colleges recently, and I think what I saw here more than others was a bit more of multifaceted solutions. So rather than just showing me posters, there was a glance at what the digital activity would be, what some experiential stuff might include.
They're a very strong bunch of individuals. I see quite a lot of students from lots of universities through D&AD, and the people in there are amongst some of the best I've seen this year, definitely.
The thing I'm most jealous of, some great booking campaign work, some great lines, and I think work that could run tomorrow. And I think there's many more awards sitting there.
What surprised me more than anything else about the work that we've seen this morning is just the amount of intellect that have gone into the ideas, as well as the creativity that have gone into the ideas.
Engaging, interesting work, different ideas, things that I wouldn't have thought of, and I can't conceive of myself coming up with them at all.
The quality of thinking, I think, is exceptional for the student.
The simple example that everybody talked about here resonated very strongly with myself. So yeah, I certainly found a lot of insight and a lot of creativity in the whole sort of FMCG world across the board. In fact, I actually found that some of the ideas moved me.
I guess my message to the other agencies might be like hands off. You don't want to come and speak to a school of communication arts so I can grab all the good graduates.
For people that want, you know, smart, educated people that can come up with some really interesting ideas, talk through them really coherently and energetically, I think you should come here and meet some of the students.
What message do I want to share about SCA students for their agency? Why aren't you hiring them if you haven't already do it? They are amazing, absolutely amazing, and I think any agency would be a fool not to come to Portfolio Day to check out the work.